Okay, I get it. I'm weapon skill 1.
Yes, you said
Jeez.
let's see if we forget.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I actually thought you would forget it.
Nope,
But, okay, so 8 attacks for the Mournfangs. No impact hits this turn, right? So I'm looking for 5s to hit. Oh, look at that. Oh, your hopes are dashed. Okay, 3s. Or 2 up. So 2 guys die.
Okay.
Yep.
And
Oh, it's going to be a slaughter.
It's
going to be a slaughter again. Strength 5. Strength 5, stud. That's right. Read them and weak. 6 for the riders. Looking for 5s to hit. And, oh, there's 1. All right, no, it doesn't matter. It's going to be a wound. 2 up. There it is. 1 wound. This is only strength 4. So you do get a save.
Nope.
Oh, doesn't
so 3.
matter if you get a save.
It does not matter.
Yep.
Okay.
Hold on. I got this guy, and then I got Stomps. So Thunder Tusk, here it comes. He's looking for 4s. That's 1 hit, but 1 guy is crushed hideously. Riders. I don't even know what their weapons do. I'm not even looking it up. Looks like only 2 hits. Looking for 3s. 1 wounding hit. Looking for 6s to save. Okay, there's another one. I'm whittling them down. Okay, now here comes 2 Stomps there.
Okay.
So 2 ups. So the 2 guys are just dead.
Okay.
Thunder Stomp for the what's it? 1. And 1 guy is horribly crushed.
Okay.
That could have been worse. So do your stubborn. Because I know you didn't win that one. But next turn I will actually annihilate those guys. Now this is your turn, right?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Fantastic.
So.
Okay, I'm ready.
That combat over there.
Yes, this thing. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
Do your
so
worst.
4 from the
Yeah,
Lord.
there's almost no way he's not just going to crush these guys horribly. Toughness is 4.
So
they only have
strength
light armor.
6.
Yep, so 3 guys dead.
3 wounds.
I'll just keep that in my mind.
This is the hero. He's also strength 6. So 3 more. So that's another dead guy.
Okay, so 9 wounds so far, or 6 wounds so far. 2 times 3 is 9. I was thinking 3 to the 2nd power. So.
Okay. Here, switching out for these 2 dice because you can see them better.
Let's do it. I'm ready.
So this is
the regular
the rest
guys.
of the, Yep, with
regular
1 for the
guys.
champion.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. I can't wait to just blow these
1.
guys up.
So -1 to your save.
Okay, no, that's another guy. That's 7 wounds, or
And
another
then
wound, rather.
Horses.
The horses.
There's
Let's go,
5
horses. Let's go, horses. Let's go. Let's
1
go,
wound for the
horses.
horse.
Let's go. 6. Nothing. So that's 8 wounds. So I have 1 guy with 1 wound left. Okay, I am going to attack your BSB.
Okay.
So probably looking for 4s. 6s definitely hit. And there's 1 wounding hit. And he already has 1 wound on him, right?
The general does.
Yep.
So -1, that's still safe.
Saves. All right. So I need insane courage again. Don't make it. You're pursuing.
No, I'm going to restrain.
Okay.
So
Let's
2.
have it.
So they
That makes it.
They
All right.
can.
So the lead belcher runs 5. Okay. See, I didn't even need to measure that because I'm so amazing. All right, but it's going to be my turn next. But none of that's going to matter because really, yeah, this is a weird, weird game. Very bizarre. So we've got this, but the problem is in Vinso unit here, really I can't do anything against them except charge these guys in, get killed, and then have him just flank that. So here's my question. If I annihilate these guys, well, I guess I could just turn to face, right?
Yeah.
So there's that. Yeah, but the fact is, there's no way I'm coming back in terms of the actual objective of the game, right? Yeah.
Because I've got 6.
Well, yeah, you've got 6. We're playing to 13, but in this scenario, for me, what I would have to do next turn is I would have to route every single unit out of those things and then take them over, and then it would be tied by the 4th turn. But the fact is, I don't even have guys really to, well, I do have the 1 things. So, well, but here's what's interesting. Look on the outsides of the buildings. There's really, this unit's going to be gone this turn. It's just this unit. This is it, running around out here. So that, to me, that's interesting. I think the Mournfangs could definitely do something against those. So there's that. All right, yeah, let's keep. I was going to concede, but do you want to concede? that's a Hail Mary. That's a Hail Mary. You never know. He's like, yeah. Oh, wait, no. Who's conceding? No, you conceded. Awesome. You just never know. You never know when they're gonna knock their Coke right onto the keyboard. All right, off we go. All right, so we're on Ogre's turn. It's my turn, right? Turn 4. Is it turn 3? Crud, I can't remember. I hate this. Yeah, that's right.
1 point for turn 3. So
yeah, so it's bottom of the third. Absolutely. Didn't rally this guy, but he only fled 3 inches. Did rally. So what I've done is I moved these ogres like this. Now, you have to imagine a channel going behind them like this. So that channel, for when these knights charge into them and then overrun, can't clip anything over here. Okay? Now, what would be a concern is if I won this combat and had to chase the white lions down. But there's a couple of factors here. One is, it doesn't matter if I kill them or not because it's an objectives-based game, which I'm going to lose, as far as I can tell. There's really just no way for me to pull this off. But I am going to have some fun first. So what we've got is a thing where when I annihilate these guys, I'm not going to overrun. I'm just going to change my position. I'm just going to reform. And all I have to do is stay out of this, like there's a line here. I just have to not be in that line. Now that puts Benton in a pretty tough place because he's got to either sit here and do nothing or charge those guys. And actually sitting there and doing nothing might be the better option because then my own guys. Right.
And I could just
well, and the thing is, if I charge this in, he's just going to evaporate this thing because it only has 2 wounds. The armor save on this Thunder Tusk is ridiculous. A 5-up save. So these things die pretty quickly. I'd take a Hydra any day of the week. So these guys really are quite pathetic. Unless I'm missing something, I'm going to go back and look at the rules. These guys are pretty solid for 60 or 80 points each. They're monsters, really. I actually think the Mournfangs with the impact hits could really hurt these guys pretty bad. And with the 2-up save, I think they could actually survive a charge from the counterattack from the Dragon Princes. All right, so let's roll. We're on to Winds of Magic. Not much to be done. I rolled a 3. Channel. Hey, I channeled, so there's 4. So this guy's going to throw a fireball. I'm going to do the 2nd level, which I think is 11 up. I'm going to irresistible force it. All right, it's 2d6 strength 4 hits. That's 9. Okay, looking for 3s. And that is 5 wounding hits.
Okay.
So he's looking for 3-ups for the regular armor save.
And then the 2-ups for being Dragon Princess.
Right.
So on the Lord, nope. He has a rerollable armor save. He saves.
Right.
On the BSB, he saves. And then there was 3 others. So Dragon Princess 3 pluses, and they all save.
All right. So that was a whole lot of nothing. So basically, I managed to blow my own guy up with a miscast. Isn't that lovely? 7.
So
strength 10 hit or whatever it is.
But yeah,
So
he failed the wound, but it's only guys in base contact with him.
Oh, okay,
You lose
great.
D6 power die for that.
Yeah, that was a whole lot of nothing. So that was a wash, basically. So we're on to ranged attacks. So let's do the lead belchers. They're going to fire at that building right there. And wow, looks like only 9 hits or 9 rolls. That's okay. I just sweep them all up afterwards. All right. Wow. Yeah, 6s is what I'm looking for. Well, and then 4s for heavy cover.
3s.
Okay. So two hits. I still got a wound. 2 wounding hits.
Okay.
Strength 4.
6s. No, so 2 guys.
Yay! They did something. Fantastico. All right. And we've got close combat. So let's go ahead and do this one. You go first.
3 attacks. Trying
to take out the Thunder Tusk.
Yeah, because if I kill him off this turn, that would be huge.
That would be kind of a big deal.
Oh, can't do it. Nope.
Not even a wound. Fantastic.
1, 2, 3. So 3 attacks on the Mournfang.
Right.
1 hit, 1 wound.
All right.
5 plus 6.
5 up. 6 up. Nothing. So one guy has 2 wounds on him. So, alright, here come the Morn Fangs, right here. Everything has the same initiative of 2. And I'm still looking at weapon skill 1, right?
Yes.
Right?
My turn.
So that's 3 hits, and 2 guys are toast. And now we're on to the Riders with 6 attacks, looking for 5s. That's 3 hits, and strength 4, looking for 3s. So make 2 saves at -1.
Okay.
2 guys dead. Yeah, this is really bad.
Just the banner, I think.
Right, Thunder Tusk with 4 attacks. Wow, that is 4 hits, and yeah, he's toast. Yeah, annihilated. So now I just got to move. Let's clean this up. Okay, just a bit of tactics here. Since I got a reform here, I've got to imagine if the Dragon Princes charge here and overrun, they could end up like over here, right? What are the possibilities, Benton? You could not charge, in which case you're there, and in which case this guy could just clip, which would be not very good.
I can move towards you 9 inches.
What do you mean? Well, you can't even wheel here.
Wait,
right?
Can you sidestep?
You can, but it's a half move.
Okay, so
he would just move.
4.5 inches?
So that is one possibility. He could just move this unit off to the side like that. In which case, I'm still looking. I have to anticipate that with my charge angles here. So that's why I might want to move just a tad like that. But I've got to consider he could end up here, 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 or here, basically, kind of in that
Or I could move
range.
so that your guys are blocked by your own people.
That is true. That is well, and that's just okay. I guess you could do that. Well, and it's your turn, so let's see what you do.
Okay. So movement phase.
This is top of the 4th, High Elf turn 4. All right, here we go.
Yep. So those guys moved over 4.5 inches, and I'm hoping that either these guys won't be far enough away, or they won't be able to get past these guys.
Well, what you've done here is put these guys in the flank.
Right.
So,
which is good for me in a way.
yeah, I guess so.
I can
well, this is like 16 inches, so there's a good chance of failed charge there.
Yeah.
Okay, go. Magic.
Magic. So, wins a magic.
What did you roll? Okay, looking at a 5 and a 2. So here's 5 for me. I have no wizards on the board. Oh no, I still have one
channel, so I've got.
Did you get a channel?
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
So that's
and banner of sorcery.
Banner of sorcery is 2.
Okay.
So 2.
That's pretty bad. It's 5 versus 9.
10.
Yep.
So.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
I'm ready. Oh, no, here comes this thing. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and go out to lunch,
okay.
and I'll be back. Okay, here we go. Pit of Shades.
Yep.
All right, Pit of Shades. Hold on, let me get all my Dispel dice in my hand.
Okay.
Just in case you don't roll an Irresistible Force. Go.
Okay. Oh, I don't think it's going to go off. That's 5,
wow.
11, 15. It goes off on 15.
Is it a 15?
It's a 14.
All right, so here goes everything. Nope, I don't dispel it. Wow.
Are you sure? Are you adding +2?
No, he's only a level 1.
Okay.
And that's 12, 13.
Okay.
So, yeah, that makes me sad. What a terrible roll. All right, here we go with the Pit of Shades. Groan.
So I'm going to put it.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
That's entertaining. Okay, I'm ready. It's got
So 1 inch
1
sideways.
inch. All right, here it
So
comes.
hit your...
By the way, Benton, that is your punishment for casting that spell every time.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Pit of Shades. Guess I just can't do anything.
You know,
all right.
when you did
I'm
that
ready.
stream earlier,
Yeah.
and we were downstairs, I was like, man, it sounds like somebody really is getting killed by a zombie or something.
Yeah, that's
As
fantastic.
the apocalypse started
That'd
and I
be
left
worse.
my kid at home, this is bad news.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to
Yep. Here we go.
enfeebling foe these guys.
Okay. Well, there's nothing I can do about it. Go ahead. Oh,
Goes
look
off.
at that. All right.
So
D3 strength.
minus D3 strength. So 1
So
strength.
minus 1 strength. Okay, I'm ready.
So there's strength 3, 4 on the for the
Yeah,
impact hits.
no, I got it.
Withering on those guys too. That's a 6 plus. That's not going to go off. And then 2 dice, the +1 to wound on the fire dragons. It goes off.
All right. Wow. All right.
Okay, your turn.
All right. Fantastic. Yeah, I think I'm going to call this a game because I don't see this turning around. Hey, thanks a lot, Benton.
Yeah.
Well played. I have to compliment you on
Yep.
On a very muscular game. All right. Why don't you grab a chair and we'll do.
as well.
Okay. All right. Let's do this thing. By the way, people, you just missed a very odd conversation. Yeah, sorry, it couldn't be on tape. Okay, go.
Okay.
So for a Redux, you have to do MVP and LVP, so go ahead.
Okay, MVP was
Obviously.
the Dragon Prince
Right.
unit.
Beefed up with the 2 heroes.
Yes.
Banner of Sorcery,
Banner of Sorcery
Trickster's
was on-
Shard, other Trickster's Shard.
They had the +1 movement banner.
Oh, they did. Where was the Banner of Sorcery that
On the
whole time?
Phoenix Guard.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So,
Okay, so
yeah,
what else?
so obviously them. The MVP, I mean, everybody did what they needed to do.
Right.
I would
I'm
say
going to
the White
say
Lions,
the White Lions, yeah.
But they did what they needed to do, which was tie up all the big monsters.
Yeah, but a spearman could have done that, what they did. No, that's not true.
'Cause they were
They
stubborn.
actually came close to killing the big guy.
Yep, and they were stubborn, so they stayed when others would have ran away.
That also is true. Fantastic. Okay, good. So yeah, your LVP was pretty up there.
Yeah. And it
Okay,
really
what would you change about your list? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so we were at what I would change about
Yeah.
my list or like tactics.
Yeah. List and tactics.
List. I mean, really, the list. I didn't know this was how the table was going to be when I made the list. And I thought I'd just make some big blocks of infantry and use the magic to boost them. But it's kind of surprising. You have all these spells available, but you really only get off a couple per turn. So maybe less magic users, maybe like level 4 and level 2, and call it quits after that.
Yeah, you really didn't need 8 spells.
Yeah. Well,
choose from.
9 because you get +1 for the.
Right.
Yeah. So I was thinking about the game afterwards, and the inclusion of the buildings seemed like it was a huge difference, but in actuality, imagine if my units were just sitting there. You charge in. I had more ranks, so you'd kill like 3 or 5 guys maybe on the charge, and I would have still had more ranks, so I still would have been stubborn, and then I would have just had more attacked back. And then in subsequent turns, you couldn't have been charging in every time, so the impact hits would have been less, if that makes sense. So I think the buildings, while they kind of made it so you had to come forward and you had to be attacking the buildings to get the objective points, I don't know if the outcome would have been hugely different, because I still would have been stubborn and I just would have had more attacks. What it did do was because when you charged in, all of your flanks were exposed because you were charging into these buildings, so that I was able to get into the flanks. But because of that, then you were able to get in my rear and all sorts of things. So it maybe even made the game a little bit more interesting because we were moving around through the buildings and flanking each other. And what it came down to was the Dragon Prince unit could really hold its own if you can get flank charges and if you can attack the right units and not 50 Skaven slaves beat the Dragon Princes, or at least tie them up forever. And then the White Lions held up the monsters because that's what they do. They're stubborn. They get hit.
They can hit back pretty hard, too.
Yeah,
Strength 6. That's a big deal.
I was kind of hoping I'd kill the big Thunder Tusk, but because of the way the pursue rules work and everything.
Yeah, because of the clip. Well, because if you had like say 5 files on him, that it would have been over.
Yeah.
First turn.
Yeah, because then that would have been all the guys
15
behind
attacks.
them. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
with re-rolls and everything.
So in that regard, it might have been better just to reform to face both the units, so I would have gotten both in the front, and then I would have gotten more attacks. You wouldn't have been in my rear and stuff. But other than that, they did what they needed to do, was hold you up until the Dragon Princess got free again.
Right.
So,
Okay, thank you.
yep.
And you're on. So this mission really needed some finessing. If I could go back in time, or if we replay the set, and I like it because the buildings are cool, and they, you know, they make really neat objectives, and it's a great kind of storyline thing where you don't need much explanation to imagine maybe what's happening, right? So there's that. I think this mission would play better with the buildings as impassable, and you just contested it or whatever if you were just in contact with it. And I think that would make that would make the combats happen near the buildings, but not make it be like, because it never even entered into my mind that you could just take all the buildings on the first turn.
Yeah, yeah, because it's
so
really,
I'd have to address that issue in future iterations of this scenario. But I'm definitely going to do this scenario more in the future. So as far as MVP, let me just see if I remember it. It's the Stonehorns did pretty good. It's the Mornfang Cavalry. They hit with the D3 impact hits, the 4 attacks each for Strength 5 mounts, 3 attacks each for they have Ogres on them, and then the Stomp is a fantastic amount of damage. I'm very pleased with them. I wouldn't run them less than 3. Though, if anything, this army could stand to just add a couple more and run 2 units of them. I do like the big guys. I think I might have done better for army list change. Excuse me. I would have done better. Why am I so tired? I would have done better taking, I think, Thunder Tusks. I don't think the thing where they made you always strike last, I don't think that helped very much. I think I would have done better with the Thunder Tusk basically being tougher. In fact, let's qualify that right now. So the Thunder Tusk has a 4-up armor save instead of 5-up, so that helps. Still Strength, Toughness, Wounds 6 all around. And Natural Armor and a Stone Skeleton. They have the number of wounds. Yeah, I don't know. They seem pretty easy to kill, oddly enough. I don't know if that's right. I don't know, like a Hydra is kind of like the gold standard for monsters now, just because of all the things that it can do.
Yeah, well, Hydras are one of the more powerful monsters. That
I could have used a couple of units of Noblars. It did seem weird that it was like I was all the way across the board, even with Ogres. But something did occur to me even before this game is we need to get some 8-foot boards. I really think the dynamics of Warhammer Fantasy would work better on a broader board at 3,000 points or more. If you're playing 2,000 points, I think the 6-foot board is okay. But 3,000 points, because imagine this, what if your board were 10 foot across? Would you take cavalry now? Yeah, you bet you would, because you could really do that sweeping thing, you know, when it's all because everything's just cramped on. I just barely get everything, you know, together. And since you blorped into these buildings right away, that really kind of served to like I couldn't bring things
multiple
to bear.
things. Oh, because you were fighting one unit at a time.
On an 8-foot board, deployment would be so much more important. It would be enormously important. Like, where you know that idea of like rolling the flank. You know, and because it used to be Warhammer Fantasy really was played with a lot less figures. I mean, when I first started, we would play with like 5 guys in a unit or 10 guys. If you had 15 guys in a unit, that was a lot. That was like a big unit of guys. That's what do you remember that? I don't know.
Yes, in 7th edition, it was just your first rank would fight.
Anyway.
And for High Elves,
edition.
Your guys would go first, and if you killed 5 guys, they didn't get to attack you back at all.
Oh, right, the whole thing. Now, I do have to compliment the designers of 8th edition. They did kind of rock, paper, scissors it very nicely. Because they changed the balance here, but then it had to change here. So it's a different game, and people still aren't doing it right. They still aren't doing Vanguard or, you know. But I really think the wider board, so mission and wider board, that's kind of the thing that the insights I got from this game. If I could take something different, I would have definitely, I don't know, that's kind of a toughie. I haven't tried man-eaters. I've heard they're good. The saber tusks, you know, they didn't work very well in this scenario. Just because there was no like war machine hunting or anything like that. I mean, you had a really kind of a bizarre army. You had 4 giant blocks with wizards. That's it. and that was really
which
a bizarre
played
thing.
to my advantage in this scenario. But
Well, if you got
in a
rid of
regular-
if you got rid of the buildings and we just had more of a regular victory points game, I wonder how that would have played out differently, because it would have been my blocks of ogres versus like that many spearmen.
yeah,
And that would have been, maybe a different thing. But guy, those dragon princes were
yeah,
brutal.
yep,
But yeah, you've got the I wasn't able to use the flaming breath.
yeah,
That's what I was anticipating that I would be able to do. Is these guys have a template attack, and that is really absolutely super.
yeah.
Okay, Gorgers, Mournfangs, Yetis, Man-Eaters. No, I'm all good with it. All right, well, I hope you all enjoyed this, enjoyed the game. I'd like to remind everyone we are a commissioned painting service where we will purchase if you want, assemble if you want, and paint your figures. So up to and including, you can send us an army list and we'll do everything A to Z, or you could send us models already assembled just for us to paint, and and we'll just get that done. So, but that's our business. Our business is making sure you have this experience of playing on a board with an entirely painted army. It's really quite fantastic.
Okay, so
Here comes a testimonial.
okay, the
Go ahead.
testimonial. So I've had, I want to say 4 armies painted by Blue Table Painting so far.
Huge
High
ones,
Elves,
too.
Yeah, High Elves, which was the army I played today. Eldar, which, well, I'm playing Tyranids tomorrow. That was my other list. And I've got a huge slot coming through for
So
that.
now with the Eldar, you just picked up one that we had already done.
Right, and there was a few additions.
But with the Tyranids, you've got like 10,000 points or something like
By
that.
the time the stuff coming through assembly, and I'm sure
Yeah.
because there's a ton of stuff. I was
Right.
putting all the guys together last night, magnetizing all the arms, just putting all the arms on, and everything looks awesome. So I'm sure that there's going to be stuff coming down the tube with that.
It's the Cinnamonids.
The Cinnamonids, yeah,
Famous
those are mine.
Cinnamonids. Now, wasn't that artistic license?
Yes.
Yeah, so Janine came up with that color scheme, that brick and bone thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And
They're nice.
Yeah, they are. And I've taken them to a lot of tournaments. The people on the East Coast might have seen them.
Okay, so say something good about us.
Oh, say something good.
Yeah.
So, well, okay, so ever since I was a sophomore, junior in college, I was watching these YouTube videos, and they kind of started out small because it was I think you were in like the basement of
Yeah, I was
a
in the
building.
basement.
Yeah, and then it moved to the studio for this one, and now you're here. And really what it became is almost this TV show, this story. There's a storyline behind, there's characters, and what really kind of hammered that home is when I came to the Valhalla, the Fantasy Valhalla.
Right. That was last summer, wasn't it?
Yes, a year ago.
Right.
And it kind of made the story real because now I felt like I could be part of the story. And yeah.
Well,
and
you
so,
are now.
Yeah, I am now. And so commissioning armies through them because, I just don't have the time to assemble and paint up an army because tournaments you need to have painted models for a tournament, and so I just wouldn't be able to get to play in tournaments, which is what I like to do. And I had the Skaven too, so I guess that's 5 armies. Yeah, so it's really been kind of a cool experience and cool ride, and I got to see a lot of things that I wouldn't have normally been able to see, like the mountains here in Utah, and
Right.
go out to Valhalla. My mom came with me, and it was like a really good time. So, yeah, just a very enjoyable experience, and my hobby, I get to do my hobby on top of it all. So,
All right.
it's good.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.